with Coach Smith, and I just want to tell you about jump rope. And I mainly use this 3 through 5. If my second graders, if I see when they do their free choice that I'll talk about in a minute, when I see them, if they are advanced enough, then I will include them in these lessons. Otherwise, I will use the K through 2 lessons. So I just kind of gauge that depending on the group that I have. Also, I always tell my jumpers that we are going to face the same direction. We're not going to have some kids jump this way and some kids jump this way and then their ropes are hitting. So we always face the same direction, and on day 1, I always have them face the slides. If I'm doing ninja time, I will always have them face the posters just because they have a tendency to do that. So just a tidbit there on the direction of the flow. Also, I'll start out the lesson with a fun video. I use the Junior Nationals team a lot so kids can get engaged and excited about jump roping and see all the different skills that are out there that they can do. After that, we will do a free choice. And this is where I tell kids, hey, jump any way you want. Frontwards, backwards, on 1 foot, on 2 feet, any way, as long as you are jumping. This gives those kids that are really advanced or want to show me the new tricks that they've learned over the past year, this gives them a great opportunity for that. But as a teacher, it gives me a great chance to kind of look and see, okay, who's going to need extra help? Who can I go throughout the class and help them learn to jump? They're struggling a little bit. Also, it helps me figure out some groupings maybe later in the class when we move to our card sharks activity that I'll tell you about. Then we all stop and we're going to start, and each round we're jumping a certain type of bounce or a certain type of jump. And the first one is a single bounce, and I tell them, yes, everybody is going to do a single bounce. They will practice that a minute, then we will switch, and then we will do a double bounce. And we talk about slowing down the rope and making sure you're getting that extra bounce in before the rope comes around. And then after that, we will do a backwards jump. And this is great for those kids that you will find prefer backwards jumping over moving the rope forwards because they struggle with that. So this gives them an opportunity to really practice that and show off their skills while also helping those students that don't really know how to jump backwards practice that. After those 3 things, then we are going to give them a choice. Okay, you have to use one of these 3 types of jumping, and we do an endurance challenge. On the endurance challenge, they're going to go 1 minute and jump as many times as they can. Now, on the endurance challenge, it's just a great opportunity for them to get a lot of jumping in a short amount of time. And if they mess up, they continue to count when they restart. So I don't have to start over. It's not how many times in a row. You can also do an endurance challenge where you say, okay, we're going to start for a minute. If you keep going and you don't mess up, then you keep jumping. If you mess up, sit down. I found when I do that, it just gives those kids that are really struggling jump rope, it just makes them stand out more. So I don't do the elimination, but it's up to you. But the minute challenge is great because everybody is jumping at the same time, and they're not really focused on those that are struggling, they're focusing on themselves. So endurance challenge is great. Now at this point, after the endurance challenge, if I have large classes and we are using partners, one partner is resting outside the black line while the other partner is jumping inside the basketball court. Then after this challenge is when I have them switch, and I will back up the slides and do the free choice, the single bounce, double bounce, and backwards, and then the endurance challenge with them again. After that, we will switch. If you don't have large classes, you can jump right into the next activity, which is some different types of jumping. We move to jogger, then we move to skier, then we move to bell jumps, and then I have another endurance challenge, and I tell them they have to use this type of jumping, one of these 3 choices, and they're going for a minute. Now, after we do that endurance challenge, again, if I have large groups, I'll switch, and this group gets a break, can get some water, while the second group is going. After this, then we move to our Card Sharks game, and I will link that below, but this is a great activity for you to do on day 1, kind of your big culmination of activity after they've practiced a lot of different jumping. They get excited about it, we work in pairs, and this is where at the beginning when I was kind of watching or throughout the class period, I know, okay, I've got some really great jumpers, I'm going to pair those with the ones that are really struggling. So it gives them an opportunity to get some success and it helps those that are really great jumpers to be a peer helper. Help your partner, teach them how to jump and encourage them. So it's a great leadership opportunity for that, and just good for groupings so that everybody is successful in that game. At the end of class, then I will introduce our jump rope ninja, or our ninja time. We do not do it on day one, but we do talk about it. And if you're unfamiliar with this, I will link it below. It's Mike Graham's awesome resource. I've used it for years. I will also link the video on how I use it with my large classes, but this is a great time at the end of class to just introduce it and say, okay, this is what it's gonna be. It builds excitement, and then the next day they can come in and do ninja time. Now, that's day one. Day two, I will come in, we will do some warm-ups, maybe some of the same jumps that I've shown you here using the slides, or I can do one of the videos that I have created that's Jump Rope with Coach Smith, that's a lot of these same with some additional tricks, or a this or that video that they get a choice on what they do. You could also just warm up and go straight into ninja time. Or you can do ninja time and practice jumps with the other half of the group. That is a great option. It is a fun time to do maybe partner jumps. There's some great resources out there with the PE specialist that he does a lot of different partner jumps. So you could do that in addition to your ninja time. We also do stations on day 3 and 4. So stations where they're still gonna get some ninja time. They're gonna work on long ropes, they're gonna work on short ropes, they're gonna work on partner jumps. So all of those things. And I will back up and say that's day 5 and 6. Day 4, we do long ropes only. So they're practicing learning to turn the rope and running into the rope or starting at the rope and jumping with a long rope. So that is pretty much our jump rope unit. Kids love it. We do 2 weeks of it. And like I said, lots of ninja time, lots of individual practice, lots of station time, and lots of different types of jumping. So I hope this helps you. Make it a great day, and hope you give it a try.